top producing real estate broker, author, CEO, and founder of TrustedAgentUSA.com, the ultimate real estate matchmaker, connecting you with top performing agents for 2% commission. Each week, we bring you exclusive interviews with industry experts, covering everything from staging to negotiation strategies to home inspection issues and everything in between. Whether you're selling your home, a first-time home buyer, or a seasoned investor, we've got you covered. Let's make your real estate dreams a reality in this fast-moving and ever-changing real estate market. This program is funded in whole or in part by Trusted Agent USA, Illinois license number 475-145-795. Now, here's Larry.
All right, welcome back, everybody. My name is Larry Shakman. I'm your real estate therapist and host for the next hour on the Real Estate Radio Show. So we are happy to have you guys all here on TikTok, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. You can catch us on YouTube at Larry Shakman, LaRrYSHAKMAN. Go check us out there. You can watch us live on all these platforms, and also you can listen to us wherever you listen to all of your favorite podcasts. So be sure to tune in every Saturday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. We talk nothing but real estate. And let's dive in to some real estate therapy. We got a packed show today. We're going to have Michael LaFido on, and we'll talk about that in a second. Before we get started, I want to thank our guest last week, Destiny Bingman. So Destiny, this was a great show because Destiny is, she is a buyer client that I worked with. Her and her husband, Kevin, moved here from Tampa to the Chicago metro area, found her a great house in Richton Park. And it just a great couple. And Stephanie kind of peeled the onion back a little bit and showed everybody, you know, what are the differences between buying a home in Florida, buying a home in Chicago. How do those things differ? What was it like to sell a home in Florida? She had a very interesting story because she actually worked with Zillow to buy and sell her home in Florida, which was kind of a weird experience because it's right before Zillow pulled the plug on all of their home purchasing and everything they were doing there. They lost a bunch of money on that, but she, right under the gun, got in there, and they helped her buy and sell her home. It went pretty well for her, but that was a very, very interesting show. And Destiny, kind of like I said, peeled that onion back and showed everybody what's it like to work with Lux Group, what's it like to work with Larry and the team at Lux Group, our attorneys, we provide for all of our seller clients. We provide complimentary closing attorney and legal services. And, you know, that saves all of our sellers about $800. $600 to $800 is what you're typically going to pay for a closing attorney now. We provide that to our sellers with some of the best attorneys out there, 25 plus years experience. She really appreciated that. And we just had a lot of fun working together. So I mentioned a little bit earlier that Michael LaFido is going to be joining us here shortly. And Michael is a luxury broker and coach and my partner over at Lux Group at LPT Realty. So we're going to talk a little bit about that. We'll chat with Michael about some amazing luxury listings that he has in places like Oak Brook, Illinois, Geneva, Illinois, and some of the things going on in his life and the luxury market in general. So I follow this page. It's a very big real estate page on the internet. Inman, and today, or not today, but this month is Luxury Month at Inman. And there was an interesting article on there, the top 6 essential luxury real estate trends of 2024. So we'll get into that a little bit with Michael. He has a new book out called The Secrets of Top Luxury Agents. And we're going to talk to him about that too, because we want to know those secrets, right? You know, whether you have a luxury home you're selling or just a typical bread and butter home in the, let's say, $500,000 to $750,000 range, all of these tactics and things in the book, The Secrets of Top Luxury Agents, are things you're going to want to hear about. And we're going to talk about those things too. Let's get into a little bit of house cleaning here. And, you know, we always say this every weekend, every week, every Saturday weekend. Okay. Um, Real estate is a full contact sport, right? So listen, whether you're buying, selling, whether you're a broker helping someone buy and sell, or buy or sell, whether you're an attorney representing a buyer or seller, an appraiser, it doesn't matter. This is a full contact sport. You are in it and you are representing people, purchasing the most expensive item they are ever going to purchase in their life, most likely, and that is a house. And most people do it on average 2, maybe 3 times in their entire life. You know, so it's a big responsibility as a broker, as a title agent. I am a fiduciary for the clients uh, I help. And so it's important that, you know, we as professionals take this seriously and are there 24/7 for our clients. And that's what we do at Lux Group. So, again, full contact sport. If you guys have any questions, if you want to talk about luxury, if you want to talk about anything in real estate, give us a call, 773-763-9278. 773-763-9278. And you guys can hop on with us and ask us any questions or just join in on the conversation. Like I said, we will be here until 10 a.m. today, like we are every weekend on Saturday, 9 to 10 a.m., the Real Estate Radio Show. So give us a call, 773-763-9278. Now, I mentioned earlier, we're also streaming live on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and also at YouTube at Larry Shakman. So tune in. We'd love to have you watch us, listen to us, and call in if you have any questions or anything you'd like to add to the conversation. And remember to follow us wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts. Okay, so one thing I want to mention is beginning July 27th, we will be joined by a varying cast of real estate influencers on our influencer panel. We're going to do that every Saturday, the last Saturday of every month. So this Saturday or this month is July 27th. And we are going to have, I know Patrick Loftus is going to be joining us, a prominent real estate attorney here in Illinois. Patrick is a good friend and an awesome guy with a wealth of knowledge and experience when it comes to real estate. And we're going to be happy to have him on. He will be joining us, and we'll have a couple other people on that panel as well. July 27th. Do not miss it. Our influencers panel, our first one, July 27th, last Saturday of the month, every month. We'll be having that influencers panel. We're not going to have a question of the day today because we have a lot to talk about with Michael. We're going to bring him on here in a second. Real quick, I want to go over some general topics, market conditions. Then we're going to take a short break and bring Michael on. Remember, if you want to sell, buy, or invest, or have any questions about the current real estate market, you can reach Lux Group directly at 630-921-0611. Now, we've moved our entire group, Lux Group, to LPT Realty. We'll talk about that a little bit too. We are super excited about that. We have a lot going on, and LPT just offers so much marketing, and the reach they have for our sellers in terms of their marketing is just amazing. So we're going to talk about that as well. And let's see what else. So, we believe, and one of the reasons we moved there is we believe it's really going to be a game changer. A lot of the marketing that LPT offers its sellers, and the things they offer their buyers as well. So they put their agents in a great position to put their sellers in a better position and get their properties out there front and center, and a lot of buyers looking at it. So the market is really active right now. We have a lot to talk about in terms of that. We have some new listings coming on the market in Naperville, Chicago. We have a new one on the market in Evanston, 1463 Church Street. It's a great 3-bedroom townhome. So if you guys are looking for that, let us know. Here's some quick headlines. Then we're going to bring Michael on. Okay. According to Bank of America, according to a recent survey that they did, this really isn't that surprising, but half of all Gen Z adults are getting financial support from their family. So 52% currently say they don't make enough money to live where they'd like to live. And 54% said they don't pay for their own housing, or they get help paying for their housing from parents or other family members. And, for me, that's not real surprising, because Gen Z adults are generally about 26, 27 years old. Well, that doesn't surprise me that they're getting help from their parents or other family members, especially in this economy where housing, really, the cost of housing has gone up, whether it be as a result of interest rates, home prices going up, which thankfully they're stabilizing a little bit in a lot of markets. We'll get into that in a minute. Yeah, so I mean, I don't think that really surprises me that much. So yeah, Gen Z is getting some help from their parents and family members. Not something that is going to shock anybody, probably. Some general market stats in June point to a real favorable possibility that we might actually see a Fed rate cut. And the reason for that is number one, inflation was down in June. Housing prices, they're not necessarily down, but they are stabilizing. And another good sign was interest rates dropped. So the 30-year fixed is at about 6.85. All of this points to a potential Fed rate drop. We'll see what happens, in the coming months. But it looks like it might be a possibility where just a few short weeks ago, that wasn't really something that we thought was going to happen. So we'll keep an eye on that. It's a very fluid market during an election year. It always is. You never know if we're going to have an October surprise or whatever that could affect all markets, not just the real estate market. Okay, so finally, let's just get into mortgage rates real quick. 30-year fixed right now is down slightly. Like I mentioned, it's about 6.85%. FHA, VA, and 15-year fixed are all right around 6.3%. So we could see some continued movement here. We're just going to have to keep an eye on that. We're going to take a quick 30-second break. We're going to be back with Michael LaFido and talk luxury.
Tune in to Real Estate Radio Saturdays at 9 a.m. hosted by the real estate therapist Larry Shakman, a top-producing real estate broker, author, CEO, and founder of TrustedAgentUSA.com. Top-performing agents for 2% commission, saving you thousands when you sell, buy, or invest. Real Estate Radio, the ultimate real estate radio experience. Get insider tips from experts throughout the real estate industry. Streaming live on Facebook at WCPT 820. Trusted Agent USA, Illinois, license number 475145795. Welcome back to Real Estate Radio, sponsored in part by TrustedAgentUSA.com, the ultimate real estate matchmaker, saving you thousands. Now back to Larry, the real estate therapist.
All right, we are back, everybody, and thank you for joining us once again on the Real Estate Radio Show. We're here every Saturday, 9 to 10 a.m., and we have a very special guest today. Michael LaFido is a top luxury agent in the country. He's also a top luxury coach in the country. teaching other agents how to break into that luxury niche. You know, a lot of people have this mindset that you have to own a $10 million house or drive a Maserati to be in the luxury space and help luxury buyers and sellers. That is not the case. Michael will explain that today. Michael, how you doing?
Hey, good morning. I'm doing excellent. Thanks for having me on, Larry.
Yeah, we are happy to have you here. See you sitting there in your office Saturday morning, going to work. Awesome. Give everybody a little background, a quick thumbnail on how you got to where you are today.
Well, I was a former teacher and I was a part-time real estate agent. And I broke into luxury. Interesting story there. I had created a product for agents. I was teaching agents how to be better marketers. And unbeknownst to me, a gentleman had bought my product. It was a $497 product. And he worked with a top luxury agent who unfortunately wasn't the best marketer and discounted her fee, even though she did a great job. And so she ended up hiring me. I went to her office and I realized that, man, there's a lot of luxury agents out there that are inside the box. They don't do any marketing. And that niche, that industry needed some help. So I started and made the shift to help agents break into and sell more luxury as a consultant. But as my home selling team, as you know, we work with cute and small entry level to the McMansions. We help anybody. We don't say no to business.
Absolutely. Well, you know, a good example is that is I had Destiny on, one of our buyer clients, last week. Destiny and her husband, a great couple, bought a great house in Richmond Park for under $300,000, $288,000. So, you know, those deals are still out there, although they're fast and quickly going the way of the dinosaur, the $300,000 single family home, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, it was fun having her on. So you make a good point. We work with all clients, whether they're buying luxury, whether they're selling luxury, or whether they're looking for an investment, or whether they're looking to buy a typical, you know, bread and butter home like the one I live in that's, you know, between $500,000 and $750,000. So we're happy to have you here.
Thank you.
Yeah. Let's talk about a couple, or however many you'd like to talk about, the listings that you have on the market right now.
We represent some great properties from, you hate to say entry level is 629,000, but I represent a 1,900 square foot home, which, you know, would be at an average price, average square footage to maybe a little, you know, below in some markets in DuPage County, but this one's in Wheaton, Illinois. It's 629,000. We actually have a team member hosting an open house right now as we speak. And last week we had 6 couples through. We've had a lot of showings. And so that property is in Wheaton on Kiowa. We just put another one on the market in the private network in Wheaton for 1.7 million. Excuse me. That one is about 6,000 square feet plus the lower level. So make it over 9,000 with that. And that's a great home. So we do a lot in the Wheaton, Naperville area, but then we do stuff in the North Shore. We have as you've been through it, we have an amazing property for 7.9 million at 45 Lakeview. It was the backdrop.
Awesome.
Yeah, this was the backdrop for the TV show Empire. This was Terrence Howard's house on Empire for 6 years, and it's on the cover of a book I wrote several years ago. This is the back of the home, which is absolutely breathtaking.
It is. That pool is amazing.
Oh, the pool's the
whole house is amazing.
The house is amazing. It sits on 2 lakes, which is pretty cool. So, you know, we have a really cool property that we're having an open house at today. You're very familiar with it, over on White Oak in Oak Brook. It's listed for, call it 4.295. It's on over 2 acres and has an amazing pool. And it's been the backdrop for some photo shoots. And we actually had a location scout that is doing a movie on Steph Curry, the NBA future Hall of Famer. And they called us about that property. And then, you know, so that one's on White Oak. And then we have a really cool property in Naperville off of Hobson and Donwood, just a great area in Naperville, huge yards. This one is listed just under $4 million. There's a $10 million home directly across the street, which, across the globe, they call those super prime properties. Super prime is a term they use, Larry, for properties that are $10 million and above. And Dubai leads the world in super prime sales of $10 million.
Sure.
And London and New York are second and third. Just to give you an idea, we had 3 in 2023 that sold of 10 million and above. And of course, they were all, either on Lake Michigan or downtown Chicago.
Yeah. Well, the majority of homes, let's just say 2 million and over, because $1 million is quickly becoming, but let's just say 2 million and over. The majority of those homes, and you'll probably agree with me on this, and if I'm wrong, let me know, are on the North Shore, correct?
Yes, North Shore, and then you have pockets of Hinsdale, but for the most part, North Shore, correct. Your Glencoe, Winnetka, Wilmette, Glenview, Lake Forest.
Yeah. Hey, talk about this property in Geneva a little bit, because that property is stunning. Wow. I mean, the golf room in this property is just amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty special. And if you give me, I'd be happy to share my screen, and because pictures do 1,000 words. So I'm going to share with you a couple pictures from it, if you would.
Yeah.
And let me just show you real quick. This property is, here's a picture. Let me know when you can see it.
I'm going to add the image right now. There we go.
Oh, so there's a picture of me and a couple of my son's friends. But look at the backyard, the pool. This right here is a picture from the
That's amazing,
overlooking the pool. So this home, Larry, is listed at $3.5 million. And literally, we just got done filming some photos and some video. I think it's by far the most stunning backyard in the entire Chicagoland market. And particularly at night, it just, you're seeing some photos come across. It's just stunning, from the pool house to, the fire bowls to, the pool. It's just, it's a pretty special property.
So that hot tub is elevated.
Yeah. So this hot tub is elevated. Now it's not what you call an infinity hot tub, where it goes over the top of the edge, but as you can see, there's a little opening here, and the water from the hot tub does, go into the pool, which is pretty special. And I might add, this home has, and I don't know if I show it here. Do I show the front? Yes. So here's the front of the home, Larry. And this home has lighting on the facade, and it's all controlled on an app on the phone. And so I have other photos, but he says the guests tell him the pink and the blue, where the lights alternate, like one light is pink, the other next is pink. He goes, that's what his guest favorites are. But we're going to do a video talking about sports. In other words, I'm going to shoot a video at this home and talk about, hey guys, guess what? We're in the Cubs season right now, and then there'll be red, white, and blue. And then guess what's coming up? The Bears are going to camp here, and then boom, we'll have blue and orange. I mean, literally, you can do it by a point of a click. You can do light up in Ukraine colors, light up in patriotic colors, light up breast cancer. All the lights are pink. I mean, literally from the app. It's state-of-the-art LED lighting. It's pretty special.
So I noticed in that video, you had your son and some of his friends swimming in the pool. And I think part of, and you're a master at this, but part of marketing a luxury home, or really any home, is people are buying a lifestyle when they buy a home. So for instance, that home right there, in Geneva, they are buying that lifestyle. They're buying into that lifestyle, and it's nice to kind of portray that, right? And show people what it's like to live in that home.
Yeah, absolutely, Larry. I mean, you're not just when I say you, I should say we are not just selling brick and mortar. We are selling a lifestyle. We're
Yeah.
selling safety, security, memories. Again, the one thing the pandemic, taught a lot of people that they want to have their own little oasis, their compound. Maybe they love entertaining, maybe they don't, but they at least want to have the ability that they have all the uh, what's the word I'm looking for? They have all the means to host,
Hmm.
and that's really important today, and it's important, anytime, and so that's something that I think agents are realizing, consumers are realizing, and that's why the suburbs have been such a bump in sales in the $1 million plus
Yeah.
areas, um,
Yeah.
because people want to have some more space.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I agree. And I love the lifestyle aspect of your marketing. I think it's so important. It's one of the reasons that we moved our whole group to LPT is the
Yeah,
amazing uh, opportunity for our sellers to really just blast their homes in terms of marketing out there to the general market because of everything LPT offers our sellers. I mean, it's
yeah,
amazing. I'm blown away by it. I really
yeah.
am.
No, that is the name of the game. You brought it up. So I'm going to share with you, some print marketing. One thing that I love about the company is the print marketing is second to none. Like literally, we get a box of materials, over 200 print materials for buyers, whether they come through our open house, whether it be postcards, whether it be magazines. For example, one of the properties I represent in Wheaton, which I did not talk about, is this home on Mohican. It's literally $2.9 million. It's a French provincial. But when we
Yeah.
switched companies and I gave one of these to the homeowner, his eyes lit up like it was a Christmas gift. I mean,
Hmm.
literally, it's 20 something pages of just the highest quality that you can imagine. So you're absolutely right. Print marketing, it makes the property stand out, right? So a
Yeah.
buyer's going through 6 to 8 to 10 homes. I like to say people buy on emotion and they justify on logic. Okay, they
Yeah.
buy on emotion and they justify on logic. And so
Yeah.
if you can keep the emotion, the energy that from when that time they saw it, whether it be through the open house or from the time they saw it with their agent or you walking them through it, it it keeps up the excitement, it keeps up the emotion. And the other aspect is the competition very rarely has anything. And so it's a way to differentiate and be memorable. And that's the first
Yeah.
rule of thumb of marketing is you can either stand out or blend in.
Yeah, and yeah, I totally agree with all of that. And the other thing about print marketing, when you combine it with all of the social media marketing that we also do, it really is more. It's stickier. It's out on the table. They show it to their neighbors. Print marketing is very sticky.
Well,
People love picking it up, looking at it. Right?
yeah, print marketing is definitely uh, a way. It's a differentiator. I'd say the two are print marketing and video marketing, right? And so,
Yeah.
as you know, Larry, we set the bar in Chicagoland 10 years ago. Next month in August, we put together a $10,000 cinematic video for a property up in Barrington Hills. Crane
Hmm.
Chicago Business covered it. They didn't cover it in the real estate section. It was the lead story. And it was, will a $10,000 video with actors and
Yeah.
Ferraris get this $4 million mansion sold? And
Well,
so
wait, was that with Lakeview?
no, this was with 28 Brinker. Uh,
Okay. Okay.
28 Brinker was that property. And, if I can share my screen real quick, that's the term I use, Larry, is called lifestyle videos. Okay.
Hmm.
Lifestyle videos. So for unique properties, this was the 10th highest sale ever in Wheaton. We did this video where we filmed the home. This is 45 Lakeview. I'm going to show you that
Yeah.
video if that's okay.
Yeah, let's have, but before we do that, we're going to take a quick break for
Take a
30
break.
seconds.
Yep.
We'll come back and we'll check out this video of this amazing $7.9 million property.
Yeah, this is the property that Architectural Digest named the most beautiful home for sale in Illinois. We'll watch this video next, Larry.
Yeah, okay, we're going to take a short break and we will be back with Michael LaFido, luxury broker.
Tune in to Real Estate Radio Saturdays at 9 a.m. hosted by the real estate therapist Larry Shakman, a top producing real estate broker, author, CEO, and founder of TrustedAgentUSA.com. Top performing agents for 2% commission, saving you thousands when you sell, buy, or invest. Real Estate Radio, the ultimate real estate radio experience. Get insider tips from experts throughout the real estate industry. Streaming live on Facebook at WCPT 820. Trusted Agent USA Illinois, license number 475-145795. Welcome back to Real Estate Radio, sponsored in part by TrustedAgentUSA.com, the ultimate real estate matchmaker, saving you thousands. Now back to Larry, the real estate therapist.
All right, everybody, we are back. Thanks again for joining us on the Real Estate Radio Show this Saturday morning. We have a very special guest, Michael LaFido, helping us or visiting with us today. And Michael is a top luxury broker and coach and my partner at Lux Group at LPT. We're talking about them. Michael, let's pick out some really good spots because I have some other things I want to jump into with you.
Yes.
So let's look, and this picture we're looking at right now, if you guys are watching us on LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook, it's just amazing. Go ahead.
Yeah, so this property is absolutely stunning, but again, part of what we're trying to do is draw out emotion. So I'm not showing every bedroom, every bathroom. You know, people have ADD. It's been, one study said human beings have a shorter attention span than goldfish. So
Yeah.
I need to get a hook. I need to capture their attention. So the intro of a video is very important. That's where you show some key bullet points on the property. You draw in the audience, because if they don't like the first 10 seconds, they're not going to watch. So we won't watch the whole video, but the point being, Larry, is I was very strategic with this. So what we were trying to go, this home is on two lakes, like Lake Keene and Lake Heather. And so we wanted the drone to fly over the lake, almost like it was a helicopter in the opening scene of a TV show back in the 90s.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Miami Vice. So let's show you this.
Run it. Yeah. I hope you guys are watching this. So it comes in, it flies in over the pool in the backyard, which is framed by the back of the house. This is a 5-bedroom, 9.2 bath home in Barrington Lakes. An amazing house.
Drone footage of the front and the back.
Yeah. And like Michael was saying, this is on 2 lakes. And it's funny because, not funny, but something interesting is I think they only allow electric boats on these lakes. Am I right?
That is correct. Yes,
okay.
You are correct.
Yeah. So you cannot have a gas powered boat on this, living in this house or on any of the houses that are situated on either of these lakes. You cannot have a gas powered boat. You have to have an electric powered boat. So that's interesting.
Yeah, there's only been one gas powered boat on this, and that was for the filming of the Empire, Larry. So they literally dropped in a classic wood boat, like a nice wood boat, and they dropped it in via crane off of Route 59. They idled it over to that boat dock that you saw, because there was a scene in Empire where the boat exploded on the lake, and that's the only gas powered boat to ever be on there. But today's day and age, they have electric boats that are not just clean for the environment, but they have a decent enough speed where you're not going to create a huge wake, but you can get out there, have some cocktails, enjoy the property, and enjoy the lake. So
get on your $300,000 pontoon and have a cocktail.
There you go.
Yeah, perfect.
So, I mean, these are strategies that you mentioned it, I think, briefly. So we just came out with a book in May. It hit bestseller in 6 categories. It's called Secret to Top Luxury Agents. And we asked 26 agents best strategies. Basically, the book is written for consumers, other real estate agents. However, Larry, at the end of each chapter, we have a bonus section where we ask potential we ask the agents, hey, what should a seller look for in an agent when hiring them? What are the qualities?
Mm-hmm.
We have over 200. I think there's 218 tips for homeowners thinking of selling from these top agents. And then we also ask, hey, especially in light of there's a lot of misconceptions out there with the Department of Justice and the class action lawsuit. So as a buyer, what should they look for in an agent before signing a buyer agency agreement and potentially
Mm-hmm.
maybe having to pay them? And there's 124 tips for buyers and qualities they should look for. And of course, Larry, our team, you, me, the agents that we recruit, as well as agents that we're training, we instill these qualities into our team members.
Yeah. And, so important is the marketing behind all of the homes that we help people sell. And one of the things I want to mention about that, we call it our listing power tools box, right? Is that box that you get from LPT as a Lux agent, Lux broker, whatever, on our team, or just, on any team working at LPT, you get that box for the cost of shipping. I mean, it's insane. You get literally hundreds of dollars of marketing material, and I mean top quality marketing print material for your sellers to really just blast their property out there. And I mean, it's just amazing to me what Robert Palmer has done at LPT and how it moves these properties. I mean, I've shown it to a couple of the listings that I have, and I've shown the box to them, and they're like blown away by it. They've never seen anything like this before.
Yeah. Yeah. It really is. I mean, the print marketing is second to none. So yeah, I'm really, really excited about what we're doing, what we're working on. We're going to be doing some events, some outward training for agents.
Yes.
And then, like you said, that's one of the benefits. I mean, I go to all these conferences. Literally, Larry, this week I'm leading a panel on diversity with leading real estate companies of the world. And so iron sharpens iron. I tell people, if you're the smartest person in the room, you're in the wrong room. So I'm literally going to these conferences, these rooms where there's a lot more educated people in the industry. They know what's going on, up to date with everything. And we're sharing those strategies with our team, as with our agents, as well as with the consumer. I knew this whole DOJ thing was coming down the pipeline for years, but I knew it was going to have some legs well before anybody else, because I was at these conferences in these rooms with these CEOs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, you mentioned something earlier. August 17th is when these changes take place for, as a result of this DOJ lawsuit. Some things are going to change. Most are not. And we're actually going to be talking about that on the 27th on our influencers panel. You might want to join us. But we're going to be talking about how is this going to affect home buyers, home sellers, the home selling process. And we're going to do a deep dive on that on the 27th. So, Michael, you mentioned you just wrote this new book, bestseller, Secrets of Top Luxury Agents. And these are 26 or 27 of the top luxury agents in the country. Some of them, which I'm sure you've trained, have gone through your training class,
Yes.
the Lux designation.
Yes.
And what's Inman, and you're familiar with Inman. So Inman, this is their luxury month, right? This is luxury month at Inman.
Yep.
So yeah, there's an article that they that actually just came out yesterday by Chris Pollinger.
He's a friend of mine. Chris and I were in Nashville together. We both spoke at an event 2 weeks ago.
Okay. Okay, so you're familiar with Chris. You might be familiar with this article. You probably already pulled it up on your screen. The top 6 essential luxury real estate trends of 2024. Before we get into it, we're going to take another quick 30-second break. We're going to come back and get into that and talk about luxury real estate trends in 2024.
Radio Saturdays at 9 a.m. hosted by the real estate therapist Larry Shakman, a top producing real estate broker, author, CEO, and founder of TrustedAgentUSA.com. Top performing agents for 2% commission, saving you thousands when you sell, buy, or invest. Real Estate Radio, the ultimate real estate radio experience. Get insider tips from experts throughout the real estate industry. Streaming live on Facebook at WCPT 820. Trusted Agent USA Illinois, license number 475145795. Welcome back to Real Estate Radio, sponsored in part by TrustedAgentUSA.com, the ultimate real estate matchmaker, saving you thousands. Now back to Larry, the real estate therapist.
All right, everybody, welcome. And again, thanks for joining us this Saturday morning on the Real Estate Radio Show. We have my friend, my partner at Lux Group, and one of the top luxury agents, not only in the city, but in the country, and a luxury coach as well, Michael LaFido. So, Michael, thanks for joining us today. We appreciate that. We are going to get into the top 6 essential luxury real estate trends of 2024, according to your friend and the gentleman who wrote the article, Chris Pollinger. Top 6 essential luxury trends of 2024. So let's get into this a little bit here, because these are, and a lot of these things are reflected in the homes on the market right now that we're selling, especially that Geneva home. So the first one that Chris mentions is smart home technology. Let's get into that a little bit. Let's talk about it in relation to some of the homes you have on the market.
Yeah, I mean, you're seeing smart home technology in all price points, right? So, people like everything on their phone, right? So whether it be security cameras, whether it be something as simple as a Nest thermostat, so thermostats, lighting, security, literally, you can have smoke detectors or carbon monoxide, literally cameras. So the gentleman, the one extreme, I just showed you the backyard for that $3.5 million property. Literally, he can control his lighting, his landscape lighting, everything through Crestron. He got a lot of work done through a company called Barrett's. Barrett's is a technology company, but locally that does home automation. So technology it's no different than your car. I mean, people want to have everything on their smartphone today.
Yeah. What do you think in terms of smart home technology? What is the things that, these upper end homes, 2 million plus homes can't be without or typically don't have?
Well, I love the all on, all off, lights, where you can turn things on, the zones, of course, the audio connecting to your iPhone or your Spotify. I think that's really important from a technology standpoint. I mean,
it's funny that you mentioned the all on, all off, because at some of these homes, I mean, a couple of these homes are 14,000 square feet. When you are hosting an open house or when you're showing the home, we typically get there a half hour, 45 minutes early. And why do we do that? Because it takes 30 minutes to get all the lights on in the home. No kidding.
I mean, I try to light those things up. I'd say I light it up like a Christmas tree. I want all those lights on, the lamps on. I mean, little things. I know it sounds, I'm a recovering perfectionist, but I'm a micromanager with how the property should be positioned on the day of showings, right? Toilets flush, toilet lids down, little things like that, right?
Yeah.
I like candles. Keep in mind the 5 senses. So you got dogs, you got cats. Assume that they smell, even if you don't think they do. Get candles lit. Get things out of sight that are remnants that a pet lives there. So the 5 senses when selling.
Yeah, super important. So the next thing that Chris mentions is And this really speaks to the Geneva home we just saw the video on, that lifestyle video with Vince and his friends swimming in the pool. And he actually says it, the Lux outdoor living spaces.
Yeah.
So that backyard in Geneva is a prime example of as well as the property on Lakeview in Barrington Lakes. Our
Barrington
prime
Hills, yeah.
Barrington Hills.
So today, pre-COVID, pools were, now they're the expectation, right? Post-COVID, right? People want pools. They want a backyard oasis, sport courts. I'm seeing, yeah, obviously pickleball is huge with, people 30 and older. I'm seeing people convert old tennis courts to pickleball courts, sports courts, pickleball courts, turf little fields where, you don't have to worry about dog oases too. Like, so pet doors where they can go out and they have the self-cleaning turf for the pets. These are all things that are important. And on the inside, Larry, the expectations are home theaters, golf simulators, maybe
I'm
wine
not going
rooms,
anywhere.
Wine rooms, golf simulators. These are all things that, like that house in Geneva you referenced, it's got $100,000 golf simulator. You don't even have to be good at golf, but you can entertain, have people over, and they absolutely love it.
Yeah, no, that golf room in Geneva is just, so a friend of mine had a golf room in his home in Chicago, and it was great. I mean, it was an amazing room. He did a great job with it. This golf room in Geneva with the curved screen, and it's just state of the art. I mean, you feel like you're on Butler or something.
Yeah. Well, and crazy. Then it literally, there's a subscription where the top 100+ golf courses in the world are on it. You could play them, and literally, if 5 trees get knocked down last year, they've updated the software where those trees aren't on the 17th fairway anymore. I mean, it's that they fly the drones over. It's a depiction of it.
Yeah. No, it is. That room is amazing. I could spend 3 nights a week down there. Probably my wife would probably like.
Well, the great thing is it's not even down there. It's on the first floor. So
okay,
it's nice. It's
interesting. I didn't know that.
Wing of the first floor.
Okay.
It's got a separate entrance. It's through the garage, so you could have people have music blasting. You could have the cigars going, and you're not disrupting anybody else in the house.
Yeah. So this is an interesting thing that Chris brought up, because it relates to the house that we just auctioned off in Marseilles, and that is number 3 non-urban luxury market. So not necessarily on the North Shore, but in places like Marseilles, in places like off the beaten path, if you will. So talk a little bit about that property.
Yeah. So in general, part of the reason people want to be out in the country more so now today than 4 years ago, I hate to call it this, but I call it the summer of love with all the civil unrest of 2020. I mean, literally, I had a client that had a Molotov cocktail thrown at his front door the summer of 2020, and he was in a community that you wouldn't even think he'd be in. So people want to get away from that in case there's more of that.
Yeah. Well, hopefully there won't be. And, but yeah, I thought that was an interesting point he brought up, because that house in Marseilles is
highest sale ever in LaSalle County, right?
Yeah.
And
1.85.
Our firm represented the buyer and the seller.
Yeah.
There were registered bidders, but at the end of the day, that's, you want
Michael
creativity. You want outside the box when you're looking for an agent.
100%.
When you're selling a luxury home, the 3 qualities that most come up in this book, I asked all these top agents, including undercover billionaire Glenn Stearns wrote the foreword, literally on the Discovery Channel. You can Google Discovery Channel, Undercover Billionaire. I recommend you watch it if you're an entrepreneur. Glenn Stearns wrote the foreword of my book, but Glenn said trust is the number 1 thing he looks for in an agent when he's buying a property across the world. Number 2 is the agent's network, and number 3 is number 2 and 3 are kind of the same, is their network as well as their marketing. And so with the Lux Group, you get all that, right? I mean, we're not going to BS you. We're not going to tell you you're going to get X amount for your home when it's only worth Y. Now, the other agents will do that. They'll buy the listing. They'll tell you what you want to hear to get the listing. We're not going to sell you a property if it's not the right fit for you, because guess what? We're not going to get referrals from that. A salesman will sell you something you don't want. A consultant, a trusted advisor will say, Larry, this isn't the right home for you. If you want it, I'll draft it up, but everything you've told me, and here's why I don't think it's a right fit for you.
Yeah. I mean, so important. People work with agents and others that they know, like, and trust. You could have all the experience in the world. And a great example of that is Ishu, who is on our team and is a newer agent, is the agent on our team that actually sold that property. So
Ishu, I didn't even know Ishu at all. You were the one that said, hey, work this open house. I had never even met him till after he was working some open houses, and he built some rapport with the buyer so much that she engaged him and they communicated. He was at her house during the auction, and I recognized talent. This guy was young and aggressive. We just launched the state of Illinois for LPT. So I said, join LPT. You can work our open houses. So although he's not officially on my team, he's working with you and doing some great things. And I do love his aggressiveness, you know?
Yeah, he's definitely aggressive. So we're going to close out here shortly. I want to go over these other three trends that are happening in the luxury market. But number 4 is customized and personalized homes. I mean, I think obviously that goes with the territory. You buy a $6-8 million home, there's going to be a lot of customization to it, just like there is at 3102 White Oak in Oak Brook, just like there is at our property in Barrington Hills on Lakeview, right?
Barrington Hills, yes, it's 45 Lakeview. 45
Lakeview.
Yep.
Yeah. So, customization.
Customization is, I also say, decorating. So the way you live in your home, Larry, is the way I live in my home. That's what we call decorating.
Yeah.
When you go to sell, you want to be more neutral. I know you've had Margaret in with Chicagoland Home Staging.
Yeah.
And that's what stagers do, is they cater to a larger pool of buyers because they know timeless looks and colors versus personalized and customized looks.
Yeah.
You know, there are some homes that people want a customized look and feel. The Home Alone home, they don't want the exterior to be messed around with that home. Michael Jordan's home, they probably want the 23 gates, but for the most part, people want more neutral.
Yeah. So real quick, the last two are well-balanced wellness and focused amenities and balanced privacy and community living. Before we wrap up, Michael, if someone wants to get in touch with you and work with either you, me, or any of our agents at Lux Group, how do they get in touch with you? What's the best way for them to do that?
Well, my website is luxchicagolandhomes.com, and that's LUXE Chicagolandhomes.com with an S at the end, homes plural. luxchicagolandhomes.com. Call or text me 630-674-3488. 630-674-3488. And two things, remember, it's not the market, it's the marketing. Life is what drives real estate. Somebody's getting married, somebody's downsizing, somebody's right-sizing, somebody's relocating. Don't watch the news. It's toxic. I say garbage in, garbage stays. Okay. Yeah. So positive in, positive stays. Life is what drives real estate. Larry, myself, we'll take good care of you.
Absolutely. We would love to work with anybody out there looking to buy, sell, or invest, or just has some questions about real estate. Michael, it's been awesome talking to you. I know I'll talk to you again this weekend and, of course, next week. But have a great weekend. It's going to be hot out there, so hopefully you're hitting the links, and we'll talk to you soon.
Thanks, Larry. Take care, everybody.
Okay. Talk to you soon. All right, everybody. That is a wrap on the Real Estate Radio Show. We will see you next week at 9 a.m. on Saturday, and have yourself a great weekend.
Thanks for joining us on Real Estate Radio with your